And this cannot be allowed to happen again, and things have to change in New York City, and they have to toughen up on crime, especially violent crime, which has been so rampant in New York City. Transit crime's up 53% since 2019. There's only 29,000 cops in the police force now. It was down from a high of about 40,000 under Mayor Giuliani. So he had a clarion call for things to change in New York.
Now, tell me some more about the city. The idea that, you mentioned before some of these statistics, a lot of police leaving, a lot of crime up, homicide up. It feels to me like there's a war on cops in the city of New York.
Well, there is a war on cops. You have, Jamami Williams in the city, in the New York City Council, again, during George Floyd, trying to defund the police. In January, they tried to hamstring the cops again from doing their job by bogging them down for paperwork. Mayor Adams came out, at least to veto that bill here. But the cops are retiring before they're even reaching their 20 years, and where they get fully vested with their pensions, So the situation is pretty dire in New York City. Now, murders and shootings are down a little bit in New York City, but felony assaults were at a 22, 23 or high last year, with 29,000 people being assaulted in the street, and grand theft auto being up about 18% last year. And in transit crime, again, is up about 15% across the board. It was up 85% in Bronx County year over year recently. The types of crimes that are going on are horrendous, and the people of New York don't feel safe, and the embattled police officers have to deal with the city council and a mayor who's not tough enough, I think, on the DA, Alvin Bragg, and this is a direct result of things like bail reform. Why are these guys even out of prison or jail? One was arrested 21 times, the other was arrested 10 times. The driver of the car, it was a routine traffic stop. They're casing a phone store in Far Rockaway, which is rampant with crime right now, which is part of Queens. This guy shot. He wouldn't get out of the car. He shot the cop in cold blood on a routine traffic stop to ask the car to move. That was illegally parked outside this phone store. There is no regard for the law in New York City. People feel they can get away with murder, literally. And the rich people step over their bodies on the way to Starbucks, Jack. They're just, oblivious to what's going on. Something's got to change. Trump, I think, is making a play here in New York to put it front and center. And this is indicative of all the cities. Like Chicago has 5 times the grand theft auto rate in New York and 4 times the murder rate. And D.C. has 10 times the car theft rate and murder rate, I believe, of New York. But you're talking about 30,000 people getting assaulted in the streets of New York every day. 90,000 packages are stolen every day off the steps of people's property. Robberies are up. So even though murders and shootings are down a little bit, it's not good enough.